morning from beautiful Honolulu. Howard Wiig, Code Green. Whoever would have associated sustainability and green people with Shark Tank, the program? Well, Shark Tank, I hope everyone has viewed it before, has the virtue of being able to separate the wheat from the chaff. Which business is really going to work and which business, they need some improvement. We're going to do a similar experiment only with sustainable companies this morning. Our presenters will describe different businesses, and maybe it's up to you, dear audience, to decide, is this really sustainable and is it going to make it? Is this going to be a viable business or not? That's up to you. So without further ado, we proceed to Shark Tank Sustainability.
Aloha, you sharks out there. So as we present today, we're going to be presenting a number of green or sustainable businesses or businesses within businesses that have started a really green or sustainability focused part of their business. And it's for you to judge. My name's Dr. Gail Grabowsky, and I'm teaching a class right now called Sustainability Success Stories at Chaminade University. And I have a class full of mostly seniors. So we pitched these businesses and we scored them, and we know who the winners are. And Hina knows who the winner is. And so today, let's see if you guys agree with who our students thought were the best at being actually sustainable. So I'll try to stay in my role play with the Shark Tank, and I will go first. And the first business that I'd like to pitch for you is called Sea Threads. And here at Sea Threads, we actually make shirts that are made 100% out of plastic collected from the ocean. And we actually do the collecting of the ocean. So we help to pull fishing nets and all the debris that comes from land out of the ocean. And then we actually turn it into thread that then is made into shirts. We don't have stores that are Sea Thread stores, but we do sell our product in REI stores, mostly in the East Coast. And so if you buy one of our shirts, you are removing 1 pound of plastic from the ocean. And you probably won't even be able to tell that our shirts are made from recycled plastic because they're very high quality. So look for our label and know that you are helping to clean up our beaches and our marine ecosystems by buying one of our shirts. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, Doctor, let me intervene first and say that Hawaii has been the pioneer in a lot of things, and one of those was harvesting plastic from the oceans.
Yes.
We worked with the Coast Guard and some environmental groups, and we sent up a Coast Guard ship to the Hawaiian Northwest Islands.
Yes.
Where they hauled in just tons and tons of fishing net, and with cooperation from the military, brought it back to Pearl Harbor, and the plastic was then extracted and either burned or reused. So Hawaii is the pioneer.
Yes.
And just to back up your pioneering effort in using plastics to produce clothing, I just yesterday bought a new pair of jeans from Levi's. That's a big company. What did it say on the label? 100% made from recycled plastic. So I think you're onto something good here, Doctor.
Excellent. And, just to speak to something you just spoke of, for 20 years, I served on Papahanaumokuakea's advisory council as their education rep. And we would hear every year about the plastics, tons of plastics, when they were removed. And you're right, it's a really nice collaboration to get it off the reefs. We should also note, though, that that's the end of the pipe. There's I can't remember his name, but he's out in the world saying, look, we got to turn off the faucet, which is the plastics. And the United Nations, we have a United Nations training center at Chaminade, Seafall, Honolulu, and the United Nations has just come up with a global policy to try to reduce plastics in manufacturing and to enable recycling, etc. But for now, it's awesome that all the plastic that is being collected is being reused and not landfilled, that we're trying to get closer to that. So I'm with you on that one, Howard. And we're going to hear a lot about some of these businesses. There's a number that deal with plastic that we'll talk about today. Excuse me. Hina, what you got?
Oh, and Hina, please introduce yourself first.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm Hina Ioane, and my first company is Kona Brewing Company. I just want to give a shout out to Puhonu Keahi. That's my partner. So our company was first founded in 1994. Since then, we have expanded to 3 different locations, one in Kailua Kona, one in Oregon, and one in New Jersey. And then here at Kona Brewing, we strongly believe that green matters. So we try to reduce our carbon footprint by using local ingredients and also by supporting local farmers. With the farmers, we work with them closely to ensure that they're growing their ingredients sustainably and using sustainable practices. And then we also have initiatives implemented to reduce our waste. First, we compost, and then we also use biodegradable packaging. So some other sustainability practices here at Kona Brewing is that we take part in the solar movement. 30% of our power comes from our solar panels. And then we also recycle our water. We use it to rehydrate our gardens and also to clean certain stuff. And then we also use our leftover grains to make pizza that we sell on our poo-poo menu. Some other things that I can say about our company is that we use our recycled materials to package and for packaging and shipping. And then we also have a comprehensive recycling program at each of our locations. We try to increase our marketplace presence. Some ideas that we have is by expanding our product line. So having new beers or seasonal beers or even non-alcoholic beverages so that we could open up our customer option and hopefully get to new customers as well. And then we also want to create partnerships. So maybe collaborating with local restaurants or bars, and then expanding our distribution network and investing in more advertising and marketing for us.
Mm-hmm. Wow, very, very good, Hina. Thank you. I associate I think the 2 main ingredients in beer are barley and hops, and I think of those as being cold weather crops. What kind of plant material can we in Hawaii contribute to the brewing process?
We
maybe flavors. You have different flavors of beer. I know that.
If I'm being entirely honest, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But I can get back to you on that.
Yeah. Thank you. I know that some beers have they actually incorporate flowers, where the flowers and then the scent and the taste of the flowers get into the beer, and that makes it a very interesting byproduct.
Sure.
So thank you so much, Hina, and makes me want to go patronize Honolulu Brewery. So do you have anything else on the agenda for us, Dr. Grabowsky?
Yes, I do. I'm thinking about all the neat things we have in Hawaii that could go in beer now. And I don't know, I'm a wine drinker myself, so I don't know if Kona Brew has flavors that they put in there. We have to do some research, Hina. Are you 21?
No. Maybe hibiscus. Hibiscus is a popular one.
Good point. Yeah.
Yes. That is really cool. Okie doke. Let's see. So the next one that I'm going to present. Okay, hello, sharks. I have a business for you that you're going to find very hard to punch any holes in. The business is called Blue Land, the company. And it was founded in 2021. So it is a very new company. And what we mainly make are soaps and detergents. We started during the pandemic when soap purchasing, as you know, was going crazy. So there was an opportunity there, but there was also a big problem. And the problem was so many of the hand soaps and the sanitizers, right, are packaged in plastic. Or if they're soap, they may come in a non-biodegradable box. So what we've invented is a totally plant-based soap that is certified. We have 5 different sustainability certs that I'll explain, but I first want to explain the product, is that we've eliminated the packaging that is non-biodegradable, and we have a type of paper that's biodegradable. And we've eliminated the water, which means that our shipping is lighter. And so we even have lower carbon emissions because of that. And so our soaps come in small dehydrated tablets. And we do have a bottle that you may buy, but it's a reusable, long-term reusable bottle that is plastic, that's a pump. And so all you have to do is drop the tablet in and add water, and you have hand soap or dish soap or detergents. And so it just means that you're not throwing away a plastic bottle. Every time I wash my clothes in the past, and I have this gigantic plastic container, and living in Hawaii and growing up on the coast of California, that thing is going to take forever to biodegrade. So it is so nice to have companies that are now making things where we just take a dry pellet, or we can go to a store and load up in a reusable bottle. We do know our bottle is made of plastic, so we heavily encourage the reuse of our bottles. And even our ink on our packaging is water-based, and our packaging is, as I say, compostable. So our certifications, just so you can see, one of the really encouraging things that's going on in the business world is there's a whole bunch of certifications that are very meaningful. They usually have outside agencies that are judging whether a business is actually meeting their certifications requirements. And one thing we have is a USDA bio-preferred certificate, which assures that our product contains only USDA verified biodegradable ingredients. We also have an EPA safer choice certificate, which chemical experts have decided which chemicals are safer for the environment. We also have a platinum material health certificate, which prioritizes protection of human health and the environment. We have Leaping Bunny, which Hina's going to tell you about next, so I won't give that one away. And then we have a certification called First and Only Dishwater Tablet Detergents that are certified to be a wonderful product that you don't have to have packaging that's going to last forever and have to be made into a shirt. So with that, I sure hope that you check out Blue Bunny. It's very exciting opportunity out there. Thank you.
Blue Bunny. Okay.
Oh, wait, did I call it Blue Bunny? Oh, my goodness. You'd think I know my company. Blue Land. Blue Land.
Blue Land.
The certification is Leaping Bunny. See, there's this ice cream called Blue Bunny, and it messes me up. Blue Land. Yeah, Blue Land. Oh my gosh, if anybody from the company watched, they'd probably be like, help her. Yeah, Blue Land. So brand new company started during COVID when they realized there was an opportunity there. So I really like that entrepreneurial spirit that they had, and seeing the need to stop with the plastic bottles if we can.
And also point out that you're referring to a local producer of product, and that means that this product doesn't have to be shipped in from somewhere on the mainland, overseas, and to Hawaii. So you're saving on the energy that's involved in the shipping.
Yes. The only question I will leave this, one of our sharks asked a really good question. We didn't know the answer. How much energy does it take to dehydrate the soap? But if that factory, that plant, wherever that is using renewable energy from the sun, awesome. Yeah, so it's something we had to dig out. And as company CEO, I should know better, right? Just haha, kidding, not company CEO, but
Well,
very forward thinking.
in our beautiful climate, dehydration shouldn't consume all that much energy because all you'd have to do is put the wet material such that the sunlight either directly or indirectly strikes it so it gets hot. And then all you need in an enclosed space is a ventilating fan.
Yes. Nice.
And get that moist air out of there and continually dry that air.
I love that engineering.
Very little energy.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Hina,
So,
what's up?
Can you top that?
So our next company is Leaping Bunny. Another shout out to my partners, Alexa Ray Avery and Aaliyah Lemons. So who are we? We are run by the Coalition for Consumer Information on Cosmetics, also known as the CCIC. And our standard or our goal is just to have a voluntary pledge from companies that produce cosmetics, personal care, or household products, and make it clear that animal testing from all stages of product development in order to make their products guarantee that it's 100% free of animal testing. So why are we doing this? Cruelty-free shopping became popular starting around the 1996, around that year. And then since then, companies started misleading their audiences, creating their own like Leaping Bunny logos and saying that they're animal-free and animal-friendly and cruelty-free without even participating in animal protection groups. So the Coalition for Consumer Information on Cosmetics, the CCIC, was created. It's made up of 8 national animal protection groups. So the 8 protection groups are American Anti-Vivisection Society, Animal Alliance of Canada, Animal Beauty Without Cruelty, Doris Day Animal League, Humane Society of the United States, National Anti-Vivisection Society, Rise for Animals, and then our international partner is Cruelty Free International. So just so everybody knows, vivisection is the practice of performing operations on live animals for the purpose of experimentation or scientific research. And we don't like that. We don't want to use our animals to experiment for products for us. It's inhumane and it's not aligned with our morals. So companies like PETA do kind of compete with companies like Leaping Bunny, but unlike PETA, who only requires written agreement from a company, Leaping Bunny requires all of their companies to be open to independent audits, and also they make them recommit every single year. So that's some of the ways that we ensure that they're 100% cruelty free. We verify that they don't test on animals. Then we require documents from each company to ensure their compliance. And then we'll randomly conduct independent audits on each company. And each year we'll require recommitment. So joining Leaping Bunny is free for US and Canada brands. There's pending fees for non-US and Canada residents. But Leaping Bunny covers a lot of groups. Some of the groups that are certified or companies that are certified from Leaping Bunny is Burt's Bees, Elf Cosmetics, Dr. Bronner's Soaps, Garnier, and CoverGirl. Those are one of the more popular brands that I chose. And then also just a last word from me and my partners is just let our animals be animals, not test subjects. Like, give them the same importance that we give ourselves.
Yeah, that very vivid description, Hina, and I'm thinking that most of us have dogs or cats, and we love our dogs and cats very, very, very dearly. Would we want them subject to vivisection? Absolutely not. We would fight anybody like that tooth and nail. And what's the difference between our dogs and cats and these other animals that are being subject to this very, very painful process? So good point. Thank you very much. Yeah, Leaping Bunny. And doctor, anything to add to that or to launch a new product?
Yeah, just to add to that, I like your point, Howard. And so it comes down to this waiting. I often ask my students, how many of us have had our lives saved by medicine? And there was probably an animal involved in that research, which we should do if we're going to continue as responsibly as possible. And that has improved over the years. But these things were for makeup. They were for absolute non-essentials that we were. And there was a picture in the students' presentation that we all said, take it off. It wasn't horrific, but it was just, scenes of animal testing for mascara, and so we thought, or for soaps and things. There are other ways to do it. And some of them really interestingly involve growing cells, not animals, and testing them. Yeah. And so you can kind of mimic an animal without having a brain and a nervous system. Yeah, to do some of the testing. So that was really forward thinking and neat. Yes, I have one more. And I had a hard time because we have Patagonia, for example, as a huge example of a company that gave away $89 million over the years. And now the CEOs have retired. And I don't remember the details, and I wish I did, but a huge portion of their profits is going to go to conservation. And then we have local companies like this weekend. I just went to Keep It Simple in Kaimuki and refilled my hand soaps. So I have glass bottles. The students have taught me all this. And I just go and refill it. And I don't have a plastic bottle to throw away. It's so cool. And they make dental floss out of plants and detergent and all this wonderful stuff that you don't need a bottle. And to me, it's there are stores on Oahu in Hawaii that you can go to refill things. Starbucks started that practice, right? Years ago. So that's a really neat trend. They're still pretty rare. But I think people, once you start, it's like our bags at the grocery store that we thought would be so hard. It's not that hard. No, now we love our bags. It's like, these are great. I can carry more. It's more easy to carry them. The bag doesn't break as often. So I'm not going to do those two companies, but they're both wonderful examples. One's local, there's local, and then the other huge. So what I wanted to talk about was one that my company, Myers Soap. So Myers Soap is actually a subsidiary, I believe, but of Johnson & Johnson. So my student presenters, so all of our examples today, guys, and Hina's been real good at naming the students. So Maka'ala Ing did Blue Land, and this was done by two students in my class, Minnie and Sasha. Yeah, and so they presented, and they're both very knowledgeable. So they thought this was a good product, and it was part of Johnson & Johnson. So that's a nice general thing to think on. We've seen throughout this class shoes that Adidas makes that are made from recycled plastic, although most of their shoes aren't. Clothing items, or Costco has organic food, which is awesome that they have it, but not all of the food is organic. So, and it's a little more expensive. So we know the blocks and barriers. But so Mrs. Myers is good. It's a great product that's part of a very large company. And so it's really nice, in my opinion, to see the large corporations try something very sustainable, and then hopefully it takes off. And we saw a graph in this class from Minnie and Sasha that showed how sales of sustainable products have increased greatly. Let's see if I can get us the number. From in 2014, only 2014, 107 billion a year to almost $150 billion a year. So it is a growing area, and that is super exciting. So Mrs. Myers is soap that you can get it at Walmart. I see it in Walmart. I've bought it. And the inspiration was to have soaps that actually smelled really good. So that was the first desire, was to have soaps that used aromas that came from nature. And so they did that. They called them garden-inspired scents. They also were cruelty-free, so they are Leaping Bunny certified. And they also used essential oils and recyclable packaging. The bottles are plastic, but they are recyclable plastic. And they have given some of their profits to various gardening efforts in the United States. So they're having that goodwill, reach out, community volunteerism connected with their product. An area that they can improve in that we're looking into is glass bottles that are refillable. So if Mrs. Myers gets glass bottles that are refillable, then they will be like the products that are in Keep It Simple. Yeah. And they'll be more widely available since I did buy mine at Walmart. And so let's see, a few other great things about them is they aim to be very sincere and transparent and eco-friendly, and to make that clear. So they're trying to educate through this branch of their products, as well as sell us a nice soap that smells great, that is nevertheless in plastic. And I'm still grateful because I saw them in Walmart and I was like, wow, Walmart has a number of products that are green. And so that's nice to see. Thank you.
And Hina, we have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Do you have any parting pearls of wisdom, especially perhaps about any other locally made or local production companies that you're aware of? So just to list some.
I'm not sure off the top of my head of any local companies. I just want to go back though. I want to share. This is a. Oh, it doesn't show. It's blurring it.
Put it in front of you, Hina. Put it. Yeah.
This is the Leaping Bunny.
I have seen that.
Yes.
So this is on certain products of their like Burt's Bees. It's on their lip balm.
Mm-hmm.
And then also to get back to your question, Howard, with Kona Brewing Company, they do have one, it's called Purple Grain, and then they use grains of paradise and French lavender. They've also used chai tea to flavor their beers, and then they've also used, what is it called? Honey. They've also used honey.
Oh, sure.
Nice. Yeah, just on that note, shop smarter and choose sustainable.
Yeah, I know on the Big Island in the macadamia nut factories, they also grow bees in the macadamia nut factories there. And a friend of mine in upcountry Maui grows lavender.
Yes.
So there's another local product. And on that cheery note, we must bid fond adieu. Hina and Dr. Grabowsky, thank you so much. And thank you all to our vast audience. We will see you again on another sustainable program. Fond aloha.
Thank you so much for watching ThinkTech Hawaii. If you like what we do, please like us and click the subscribe button on YouTube and the follow button on Vimeo. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and donate to us at thinktechhawaii.com. Mahalo.